Hi guys, this is Sarah Croft from LaraCroftCosplay.com. Today I have a very special treat for you. We have Melanie Hansen with us. We are doing the interview on video rather than on paper. So, Melanie, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome.
You're welcome.
Um, I thought that it was about time that somebody has shined a little bit of light on you. It's just you've always been there for us Tomb Raider girls, and you've always been a pillar in the community. So,
Yeah.
welcome, thank you, and tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, we already know who I am, obviously. I'm from Moncton, New Brunswick, Canada,
Mhm.
and I've been living there for 20 plus years. But anyway, make a long story short, I'm 31. I don't really believe in bad luck, so like Lara Croft, I got to make my own luck. But unlike Lara Croft, I take advantage of it. Not too much, mind you.
Awesome, awesome. How did you first hear about Lara Croft?
It was in high school. I was just starting at the time. But originally what happened was I saw it and I'm like, it looks interesting. Wasn't quite sure if I wanted to get it, although it was expensive at the time. But nowadays you can get it at dirt cheap.
I
But to
saw
make a
that.
long story short, my best friend had it, and she showed it to me the like 2 years later, and I got hooked. I got hooked. I mean, the funny thing is, her name rhymes with Lara, so it's even funnier considering I called her Lara one time, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry.
So Melanie, tell us what first drew you to cosplay Lara Croft.
Well, originally it was for Halloween, the year of the Tomb Raider movie came out, and I wanted to pay tribute to not only the movie, but I also wanted to play tribute to my favorite game, which was one of my favorite games was the Lara Croft and Tomb Raider: The Angel of Darkness. That was one of my first favorite ones, and the other one I'll tell you later. uh, so it was a big hit, and the fact that I managed to make it with what I had and with, like I said, with what I had, and I made my own gun belt myself, and that was out of like recycled.
That's always a challenge, isn't it? To try and make your own gun belt.
Yeah, that was a challenge, all right. No kidding. Boy, oh boy. I had actually what happened was that gun belt that I did. I actually funny story. Actually, one time I was actually wearing it while watching it in the movie. My brothers were right on the bed with me on both sides, just watching the movie with me, and they were telling me to shut up because
Lara
I was
Croft.
quoting the movie word for word on Angie's lines.
Awesome. Isn't that dorky? It is awesome.
I can still do it, but I'm pretty sure people will tell me to shut up about that. And I won't.
How do you
That's
go
not
about
an accent.
how do you go about assembling your outfits?
Trial and error. I first start and look at what I got at my house currently, and then if I don't have what I'm looking for, I look locally. I used to do things online, but now I am strictly doing things local, considering I'm saving up for other things right now.
Mhm.
So I just don't want to do too much with the online part, but if someone's willing to do a trade, then I'm willing to do a trade back. So it's only fair.
Um, who takes your photographs? What kind of equipment do you use?
I use a combination of what I got at home and with friends that happen to be professional photographers. And but if I have no choice, I'll just have to do it on timer on my regular phone, my camera, phone, camera, and I don't have the freaking smartphone. You can call me what you want, but hey, I can only do with what I can afford.
Hey,
So
I
far.
didn't have a smartphone until, oh my goodness, 2 years ago.
The phone that I have, I got it on the year I met my boyfriend, and it's over 3 years old now. Well, getting to 3 years old now, soon in November. Then I'll be getting my own, a better phone after that, considering every 3 years the phone I want, it's actually free by the time I want it. So which is actually good timing.
Speaking of, how do your friends and family feel about your cosplay? Are they supportive?
Yeah, they're very supportive. They, well, yeah, they're pretty much supportive. I mean, my dad took photos of me before wearing one of my cosplays right out on the first snow a few years ago back. Call me crazy, but that's part of my heritage, I guess.
Well,
But yeah, they're very supportive of everything. I mean, they've helped. My mom's helped me with with a few projects that I had. One of them for my boyfriend, which was came at a really stressful time. And so much all happened all at once. Going to a convention and moving at the same time, and trying to finish it for the Saturday of that day.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, don't do it, please. I worked on it for a freaking month.
that's what I always tell everybody. You just start really, really early. You don't have anything to lose.
And the fact was, I had to customize this part too to make it look more like the character as possible. So that was fun and frustrating at the same time. Like I said, I don't recommend it doing so much all at once.
Yeah.
At least try to get it done a month ahead or so. But
and then you just perfect it, you know?
Especially with the work and all that. Work and all play and stuff like that.
What is your favorite Tomb Raider game?
Well, I already mentioned Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness. That's one of my favorites. But also Tomb Raider Legend is my other favorite. I had the both same thrills playing those games when, like I said, I had thrills playing those two games. So I have to put them side together because I can't help it. They're they're two favorites. Plus, I like the outfits as well. I don't care what people say about Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness.
I have absolutely no problem with it. I thought it was awesome.
Sure, it was buggy as all hell, but it made it fun.
For me, it's like choosing between my children. I cannot hate AOD just as much as I cannot hate Reborn or Classic. I love them all.
There was another reason why I like those two too, because they came in at a perfect time that I was actually getting out of a hard time. So playing those games just kind of just took the stress off of me. Just made me relaxed and stuff like that. It just made me something. Whenever I got home, I was actually riveted up to play it. I mean, it was just, like I said, the timing of the Tomb Raider games couldn't have been any sweeter.
Yeah. Would it be safe to assume that your favorite outfit is from a Tomb Raider AOD game too?
Well, it's one of my favorite in costumes as well. So yeah, I would say yes. It's one of my favorites. I like pretty much all the outfits on that. I did have the jean outfit. Unfortunately, the pants had faded beyond the color of my jacket because the jacket's still perfect condition, but the jeans, they faded so much.
You can fix that with some dye.
I might have to. That's something else too as well, so I might as well.
What do you think of the movies?
I love the first one. I loved it. I mean, for crying out loud, I can recite it word for word when it just...
It's on TNT right now.
Yeah, exactly. If I'm watching it right now, I'll do it. I mean, sure, Angie's a little faster than I am, but I'm a little slower when it comes to the accent.
Oh my God. Now what's next? I have to ask you to do a bit.
Okay. Absolutely, my dear child.
That's amazing.
It wasn't easy, believe me. I even had to watch a lot of British films too in order to get it right. I love British films, and those are some of my favorites. I mean, Sean Connery, you gotta love him. Catherine Zeta-Jones, although you can't tell where her accent is. She sounds like she's from anywhere here in North America, but that's the funny thing about her.
What is your favorite boss fight or puzzle in the game?
Boss fights, I would have to say there's two. The T-Rex in Tomb Raider 2, that was my first Tomb Raider game I actually played. It scared the snot out of me. and the unknown entity, that gave me the same feeling too when I first saw it. It scared the snot out of me as well.
Yeah.
So from fighting those things, it was very rewarding.
How do you feel about the new origin story?
I like it. It's kind of interesting because she has a little bit of a rebellious side to her that relates to me because when it came to me going to college, I didn't want anything to do with, I wanted to do it on my own. So I even took a part-time a job on the side. So when she mentioned all that, I'm like, wow, she's getting to be a little bit more like myself. So the fact that they're trying to make her in a way that people can relate to her more now than they used to, instead of being the rich lady.
Well,
but
yeah, she's still
the
lady, you know.
But she wants to learn things at a second class scale.
Yeah.
It's just that all of her friends are from there, and honestly, that's the best way to go because a lot of good friends are in the second class area, and well, there's nothing wrong with
first tasting.
First class to me is like getting a treat.
Yeah.
One of those forbidden treats.
What is your dream Lara Croft costume? Something that you'd always dreamt about making?
Probably one of the wetsuits from. Yeah, any of the wetsuits, but the closest I've ever gotten to was the wetsuit from the Tomb Raider Underworld. I actually made that out of believe it or not, a turtleneck sweater.
Nice.
People were looking at me like, what?
Oh my god.
I mean, yeah, go ahead, put it up. I don't mind. Yeah, that's actually, that wasn't easy, but it was a lot of fun and a lot of ouch later. I had so many pricks on my fingers afterwards. It's not funny. It's not the first one I did that had that effect on my hands.
Do you have any advice for first-time cosplayers?
Don't give up. That's pretty much all I'm gonna say. I mean, if you can't get it right the first time, keep on working on it until it works for you. But also the character itself. Yeah, that's pretty much what I did. I mean, now I have a new way of storing my my costumes, which I put them in dress bags. They keep them nice and clean and stuff like that, and dust free, and put a little air fresheners in it, just to make sure it doesn't smell dusty.
Yeah.
That's the hard way.
Finally, do you have anything you want to share with our readers? Any personal notes? I saw you were working on Mass Effect project. I got very excited when I saw that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I had things kind of. I'm still working on it. I'm figuring it out. But the problem, I think, what happened the last time was I didn't have enough fabric to actually make the top part of it. So I have to start all over again, which is a bummer. But at least I got some better fabric for it. But I'm, like I said beforehand, I'm still a little unsure on how it's going to work out. But I'm itching to try it out. So, but I might have to delay that later on because I was hoping to do that for a trip that I was going to be doing later on in 2 months' time. But I want to finish one thing before I get to the rest of the thing, everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy does it. You know, it could always, you know. I've got a million projects up in
Yeah, I know. It's not easy. I mean, one of my friends, he finished his got his finished before I did, and I thought of the idea before he did, and I'm like, oh, crap. Some people know exactly what to do, and some people, they're just trying to figure this out on their own. I could have bought the outfit, but it was over $200. I'm like, screw it, no. I don't buy anything over $200 unless it's a collectible.
Yeah.
And that was, one second, I'll grab it.
Oh, yay. Goody.
Here's my Lara Croft Legend doll, one of my favorites. And that cost me, it's actually a toner doll. So it's actually, oh God, it's one of my favorite collectibles.
It's beautiful. Oh my God, I'm so jealous.
I've had it for years, and I remember picking it up from post office, and I had to go to work too, so I brought it with me to work, and all the ladies were so amazed by how beautiful it was. They thought it was my own custom me. How can you not? I mean,
I know.
But the one that I found quite recently, it looks very much like the Sun Queen from, yeah, exactly.
It's amazing.
Yeah. I actually found this at a thrift store for like $7-8, surprisingly. And there was other like from around the world ones there. And I was like, wow, this would actually look pretty sweet with my Tomb Raider collection. So I have it posed right beside my Tomb Raider Reborn Lara, right beside her. So I wasn't exactly expecting that, and at first I was thinking of giving it to one of my friends, and I'm like, yeah, no, this is perfect. No more. But I do have another a doll, not with me, but I do have a Japanese kimono doll, but that one was one of the at my parents' place, and the kimono is blue. It's quite pretty too. So
yeah. Well, Melanie, I really appreciate you taking the time to sit with me, especially with from before we had the mishaps with all those other softwares.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for doing this. And yeah, your feature will go up on October 1st, and people will get to know you the way we do. So
that's great. Fingers crossed this time.
Thank you so much. And keep on rocking. Don't ever stop doing what you do. You're awesome.
Yeah, thank you. You're welcome. Thanks for this honor. You're welcome.